Good morning and welcome back to Concerned Citizens Media. Here are the news for Saturday, September 19, 2020. First, the breaking news. Concerned Citizens Media is regrettably announcing the passing of the Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg at age 87 at her home in Washington, D.C. Ginsburg died as complication from metastatic pancreatic cancer. She was the most senior member of the court's liberal wing. She was champion of divisive issues such as same-sex marriage, immigration, voting rights, health care, abortion, and affirmative action. She was appointed to the Supreme Court by President Bill Clinton in 1993. Just before her death, Justice Ginsburg said to her granddaughter she wanted her replacement to be appointed by the next president. This is according to NPR reporter account. Joe Biden, Democratic presidential nominee, praised Justice Ginsburg by saying that giant in legal profession and a beloved figure. Our nation has lost a jurist of historic stature, Chief Justice John Roberts said in his statement. He also added, she was a tireless and resolute champion of justice. Here is the comment from Concerned Citizens Media on her death. Concerned Citizens Media wishing strength and comfort to her family and friends at this difficult time. Rest in peace, Justice Ginsburg, and thank you for your dedicated public service. So that's a tough loss for democratic ideas or liberal ideas, and the Republicans and the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell already rushing to replace her with a conservative judge. So it's really, if that happens, it's a loss for democratic view, and is a challenge with all minority issues, voting rights, immigration, and other liberal point of views. So it's a loss for democratic view. And credit for this news, CNN, CNBC, and Selous Post-Dispatch. Election can be held in Ethiopia, Health Ministry said. Dr. Leah Tadessa, Ethiopia Ministry of Health, informed the country's parliamentary emergency meeting attendees that election can be conducted by protecting ourselves from COVID-19. Just before 2 weeks ago, the central government was at war with Tigrayan ruling party TPLF for holding election in the region. And we all know that there's a lot of words, fighting words going back and forth. Now the central government is also changing its position about holding the election. And before that, it was complaining the Tigrayans and threatening them not to hold the election. But they did successfully. Now the central government is also planning to hold one. So the following may be the reason for this announcement. Maybe the central government feels comfortable at this time in holding election while all its fierce opponents are at prison and independent media are shut. Just like TPLF time, Prosperity Party or PP might declare 100% election win. From past experience, we know 98% or 100% under TPLF. So this might be coming back again under PP or Prosperity Party. The following could be the reason for this 100% declaration. Because the judges are Prosperity Party members, the federal police and the local special forces are Prosperity Party members or PP, the election observers are PP, the election board is also PP. So under these circumstances, we Ethiopians do not expect the election to be free. The one conducting the election, the one watching the election, the one counting the election, all these are under current situation are PP or supporters of PP. If these things are not challenged by opposition figures' release and with independent global community observers, the hope for free and fair election in Ethiopia is dead. That is the conclusion from Concerned Citizens Media. I repeat, if these things are not challenged by the release of opposition figures and with independent global community observers, the hopes for free and fair election is dead in Ethiopia. Ethiopia's democratic transition is in peril or in a serious and immediate danger. Abiy Ahmed has so far delivered neither democracy nor peace. These are the assessment of the Economist magazine on Ethiopia and Abiy Ahmed as of September 19, 2020. Freedom is not a gift doled out of people by a government. Rather, it is a gift of nature to everyone that emanates from our human dignity. These are golden words, golden expressions of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed during his inauguration as a Prime Minister in 2018. But these remain just words. They never change it into actual practices. So Abiy Ahmed turned everything upside down after all these speeches, after the initial positive actions by releasing the political prisoners, by inviting opposition figures, you know, encouraging reconciliation. Now everything is upside down under his leadership. He broke all the promises and the trust given to him. He has caused bloodshed in the country and arrested thousands and thousands of politicians and ordinary citizens. Human dignity is irrelevant now. Schools and other public facilities are used as a prison due to shortage of regular prison cells under his leadership. Those all emptied prisons already filled, and he is using schools and other public facilities as a prisons. It's ridiculous. He is threatening the stability and the unity of the country by using military command posts, federal, local police forces, and the legal system manipulation against peaceful citizens. We are watching how the legal system is manipulated, and all the back and forth going on in the court system, the bond hearings, the approval of the judge, and the federal police or the Oromia police snatching prisoners, and after the judge allowed them to be released and putting them back into the prison and charging them with a different crime. All these are conducted under Abiy Ahmed leadership. He is just guiding from behind through phone calls or something as a communication. That's why we are seeing the broken legal system in the country. So detainees are held without due process for a long time, and most of them, they didn't commit any crimes. These are all political prisoners. Journalists are held without any criminal issue. They just, threatened by Abiy Ahmed security forces and all these lawyers working under him, plus the judges, all of them. They are from part of the same system. So we don't expect clear and evidence-based, free and fair trial. So if he's not stopped by Ethiopians, and the global community, he will be heading to dictatorial clubs of leadership group. The country is heading to dictatorial leadership groups. Abiy will be a dictator if Ethiopians do not unite against him to change the course, to make the country a free and fair for all of us. Ethiopians must stand up against these brutalities, this use of force and manipulation of the court system, and using the federal and command post to threaten citizens. So that's all I have from Concerned Citizens Media. Thank you for listening. So long, everyone, but I leave you with a short video about Justice Ginsburg. Let me see. Come on. Hmm. I'm sorry for something going on. I don't know what happened. Wow. What happened? This is horrible. Let's see. Come on, man. My apologies.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg, rock star, the justice who's known as the notorious RBG, can also call herself a box office powerhouse.
I ask no favor for my sex. All I ask of our brethren is that they take their feet off our necks.
A belle of the law, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg is the focus of a surprise breakout box office hit.
I did see myself as kind of a kindergarten teacher in those days because the judges didn't think sex discrimination existed.
Titled RBG, the documentary is making headlines, topping charts, and bringing in crowds. The intimate profile, which has grossed close to $6 million since its limited release 4 weeks ago, chronicles the 85-year-old's fierce commitment to gender equality and her nearly 6-decade-long love affair with husband Martin Ginsburg, who passed away in 2010.
I have had the great good fortune to share life with a partner truly extraordinary for his generation.
Julie Cohen directed the documentary with friend Betsy West.
Supreme Court justice is considered kind of untouchable and unknowable to a certain extent, but over the past few years, Justice Ginsburg has become something of a pop culture icon or even a rock star to a lot of millennials.
I'm never going to step down now. You can't get rid of me.
The inspiration for skits on Saturday Night Live to bits on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
How strong are you on the Second Amendment? Because welcome to the gun show. Boom, boom, boom.
Dubbed the Notorious RBG, a play on late rapper Notorious B.I.G., Justice Ginsburg's image is behind everything from Halloween costumes and tattoos to T-shirts, pins, and mugs. She was nominated to the highest court in the country by President Bill Clinton in the 1990s. But her story of descent goes back decades.
She had what was a radical idea at the time, that women and men should be treated equally as a matter of constitutional principle.
In my lifetime, I expect to see 3, 4, perhaps even more women on the high court bench. Women not shaped from the same mold, but of different complexions.
The idea that people would worship a woman who's 85 because they think she's really smart and accomplishing something for society, that seems pretty cool to me.
Wow. It's so funny to see her as a film star. But a lot of people are wondering, is she going to stay on the court? She is 85 years old. It's a tough job.
So it sounds like, according to the producer of this film, that yes, she is going to not retire. She's going to continue working. She travels all over the country speaking, and she still works out 3 times a week.
Wow.
She can plank for 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
3 minutes. I can't even plank for 1 minute. But I have to say, watching this, it's so much fun to see her, but also so important. She was a trailblazer.
Wow.
And when my kids aren't watching Peppa Pig, I'm going to have to make them watch this.
Thank you, Jenna.
Okay, that's about Justice Ginsburg and how she was, very strong woman. and she was tirelessly working until the last minute. So as Democrats, as liberal, it's a big loss for us. I hope Biden will have a chance to replace her if the Republicans are not rushing to replace her before the election. So they have to find a way to slow down the nomination and the voting, just like in 2016, the Republican did to Obama's nomination for almost 10 months. So the Democrats, they have to wake up and hold them accountable for in the same way. So we'll have a chance for the balance of power in the Supreme Court. Thank you again for listening, and see you next time. Again, Concerned Citizens Media wish strength and comfort for the families and the friends of Justice Ginsburg, and rest in peace, and appreciate her dedication for public service. So long, everyone.